All right, let's go and take a look at lesson 2.7. 2.7 is all about factoring special products. Okay, we talked about this before in 2.3. The formula looks like this: a squared minus b squared equals a plus b times a minus b. We have already talked about this. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to give you something that looks like this. For example, x squared minus 36. And we're going to put it into this form. Okay. So if we did that, right, we could tell that x squared is the same thing as x squared, right? And if we wanted to put it into b squared form minus b squared, what it would be, it would be the square root of 36, which is 6, right? So now we have a squared minus b squared in this form. Okay, so our a is x and our b is 6. So it would be a plus b, which is x plus 6, and then a minus b, which is x minus 6. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at that again. Something that looks like 16x squared minus 49. Okay. If we can tell that we can put this into this form, then we would use this. Okay. So we notice that the square root of 16 is 4. The square root of x squared is x. So we can write it as 4x squared, right? So 4 squared is 16, x squared is x squared, minus the square root of 49 is 7. And then we can put squared. So 7 squared is 49. Okay. So this fits into the form of a squared minus b squared, where a is 4x and b is 7. Okay. So a plus b, a minus b would be 4x plus 7, 4x minus 7. All right. Let's go and take a look at something similar. Okay. We also talked about the rule that says a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and this would be of the form a plus b squared. Okay, so if we saw something that looked like n squared plus 8n plus 16, then we can try to put it into this form, and if it works, we can then write it in that form. Okay, so a squared would be n squared, right? N squared is the same thing as n squared, plus 2. If we say that a is n, then we have to put it into there, and then that would be 2n. And what times 2n would make 8n? That would be 4. So b should be 4, right? And so then in here for b squared, if we're saying that b is 4, let's see if that works. So b squared, 4 squared, is 4 squared 16? Yes, so that works. Okay, so we put it into this form where a is n and b is 4. Okay, so we can put it into this form of a plus b squared as n plus 4 squared. All right, let's go and take a look at the next question. Very similar question, and except we'll be using the rule that says a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. All right, so the rule that says a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, we can write as a minus b squared, or it's a minus sign in the side now. Okay, so for example, if we saw something like 16x squared minus I'll just change this to a 4. Okay, so 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. So if we wanted to make this into this form. Let's see what that would be. So 4x squared. The square root of 4 is 2. Square root of x squared is x. So then we put the square sign outside. Okay, minus 2 times a is 2x, which is what we saw from here. Okay, so a is 2x. 2 times 2 is 4. So that would make our b have to be 3, right? Because 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12, and negative 12, right? And so then if our b is 3, we would have to plug in 3 squared right here, okay? And let's see that works. So 3 squared is 9, that works. Okay, so our a is 2x, and our b is 3. So in the form of a minus b squared, we can say that it would be 2x minus 3 squared. Okay. If there is a question that says 2x minus 3 squared equals 0, remember that in 2.4 we talked about that. Okay, so to finish this out, let's go from that back to stuff that we learned in 2.4 that says if our equation is this, how do we solve that? So this is 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3 equal to 0. So 2x minus 3 equals 0, and then 2x minus 3 equals 0. So adding 3, we get 2x equals 3, divided by 2, we get x equals 3 over 2. Okay, same thing here, right? If we notice that that was that, then eventually we should just get this again. So x equals, okay, a double root at 3 over 2.